My name is Father Augustine Obiwumma. Before coming to St. Matthew's, I was the pastor of St. Joseph's Parish in Pomodi. Then the bishop approached me after Father Dion got sick and asked me to come and take on the new responsibility. It was a very challenging situation to have to fit in the shoes of the founding father of the parish, Father Dion. As you know, Father Dion is quite a charismatic man. So after my arrival here, I met a wonderful community, a well-established community. And from there, I started to build on the foundation that Father Dion already established. There were a lot of odds against the building of this school. But as you know me, I don't take no for an answer. First of all, I was told that we didn't have the land for the establishment of a school, that the parcel of land we had wasn't enough to build a school. And that's what the Archdiocese of Vancouver believed, that it wouldn't work. So I decided then to explore different options. Luckily for me, I had Lon Ward. Lon is a very smart man. He was my major advisor on these issues. And also, eventually, Bill Bowman came on board as a big supporter of Catholic education. I also give credit to Mr. Daniel Kim, who was a very good advisor during this process. He helped me a lot. He advised me on how to proceed, and that made it possible. Yeah. When we first started, a good number of parishioners were of the opinion that it would be very expensive for the parish community because we still had debt paying for the new church. So I then I looked at, got together a few young families in the parish. I got in Katrina, came on board. I got in Mary Lisa. I got in Randy. I got in Tanya and Angelo, and a good number of other. I got in Josephine, and so I got quite a good number of young families who were right there for me, supported me, encouraged me to go for it. So we started fundraising. Practically all parishioners came on board. Even the grandparents who have no little kids, all came on board. And we were united in spirit. The day I got the approval, I remembered going, sending it in, and then going with Lon and Bill, and we were sitting with the councillors and the committee, and at the end of the meeting, we shook hands, and they said, proceed. It took the entire diocese by surprise, because of the location, many people didn't know that we were building a brand new school. They didn't know until the time the Archbishop announced the official blessing and opening of the school. It took the entire diocese by surprise. And the second thing that took every person by surprise, of course, was when the finance committee were trying to help me to go and sort for more loan to complete it. And I told them, we don't have to. That I don't believe in debt. That we have to do everything possible not to hand debt to our children or to any priest who's going to take over from me. And both the Catholic Women's League, the entire parish community, the finance community, the educate, every person supported it. And we were able not only to build it, but to pay for it. We wanted a school that we can identify as our school, a school we can say that has a solid academic, a solid Catholic tradition, not just only Catholic, but also intellectual tradition. So we worked out a solid plan on how to make this possible. And we came to the conclusion that to make this happen, we need to make sure that we have committed teachers at the beginning. So many people applied to be part of a school at the beginning. So we came together, look at the names, and we put time to interviewing. So myself, Mrs. Andres, we have Tim, we have Bola, we have Katrina, and all of us, we gathered and we took our time reviewing the resumes. And luckily for us, Deborah came. We interviewed many people. And when I saw her, that was my first time actually meeting her. I said, we got a principal. And she was mellowed, quiet. Initially, the parishioners didn't know what they were getting. But it didn't take long for them to discover that we have a very solid principle, ready to give everything for the children, totally committed, totally dedicated to Catholic education. Her whole life is about Catholic education. We got a very good secretary who loved children, committed to the kids, willing to give everything she got for the good of the school. So Miss Rossi was just an incredible lady. Then we got Angelique Rasmussen, who was just a woman who, she loved Jesus. She was always very enthusiastic about her faith. And she came with a total sense of commitment to the school. Then we also have Miss Salas was an incredible lady. She came and a good musician, a very well-established, well-experienced teacher. She came, and then eventually Miss Badasara, and I was so happy to have her because I taught her as a little girl in my former parish, because I've known her as my altar server. So I was very, very happy. I persuaded her. It was her first position. She was just freshly graduated from school, but I knew she was a very brilliant young lady. So with this theme we put together, in addition to the solid education committee we put together, we were able to get the school up and running. It was one of the happiest days of my life, just to see them. I saw the kids walking. I was just overwhelmed with joy. I spent most of my time in the classrooms, walking from one class to the other, chatting with the kids and playing with them and teaching them and running around with them. It was a very, very special time for us. And what makes it very special for me was the fact that I knew every one of them by name. Every child in the school by name. So they realized that they couldn't get away with either talking during mass, because the rule is I call you by name. I ask you either to stand or to come up. So they realized once I call one person's name, every person would keep quiet. That's what made it very, very special. Lesher was the person who helped us to establish the tradition we wanted. And when Lesher came, she asked me, Father, what do you want? And I told her, she said, I will help you. And of course, Lesher brought her charm. She's a very charming woman. Her exuberance. So with that, our parishioners warmed up to her. Every person really accepted her. She was a very busy woman. She was a principal of Star of the Sea, but she did not hesitate to give totally herself. She was working here from morning. Sometimes she stayed here till 7, 9 o'clock. I've never seen a woman so dedicated to Catholic education as Lasha. She was very, very helpful, and I appreciated her a lot. And Mrs. Andrews was a retired school principal. So all the wisdom that she had, Tim was a good business manager. So everything that, all the wisdom, the experiences he gained, he brought it and used it to assist me in laying the foundation for the school. Another person that I haven't mentioned also who was involved in advising me here was Mrs. Maureen Fadden. She was very, very instrumental, and whenever we had social events, she was always around to support me in everything. And she brought some of the ideas that I had to the Catholic Women's League to convince everybody to come on board. So I am very, very grateful to her. Community. For me, it is not just a school, it is a community. And that's the vision we had. Our children, giving them solid Catholic education, preparing them for the future. And I believe that even after we are all gone, those of us who are the pioneers, I believe that that dream will continue to live on, because it's a foundation consciously laid. We knew what we were doing, and we laid that foundation. And I believe that even unconsciously, all the teachers who came in after us, we have transferred the mentality to them, and it will continue, even without them knowing it, because the tradition has been well established. Well, my dear people, I miss all of you. You know that. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish you a very blessed and happy 10th anniversary. May God Almighty continue to bless all our teachers, all the parents, all the families, all members of St. Matthew's community. And may God bless and protect all our students and keep us all safe from every harm and every danger. And remember our little secret. I hope you haven't forgotten it by now. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. is so good to us. Our God is so good. Even when things are tough in your life, even when you're struggling, always remember you are not alone, because our God is so good and He will never abandon His own children. So once again, friends, happy anniversary, and may God Almighty bless you, protect you, and keep you all safe. Thank you.